Hi, welcome to Brunch with Brian, your fun real estate live stream. So today's lesson is going to be about how to play Monopoly for real, because today is Monopoly Day. Today, actually, I'm going to give you a quiz question. What was the year that Monopoly was introduced? And for you real brainiacs, what company came out with Monopoly and what year? It's kind of an interesting year to come out with it, considering what was going on with the country. We're going to play Monopoly. We're going to talk about playing Monopoly for real. What is Monopoly? Monopoly is it's a board game about real estate investing. And so you've got properties. I've thought about this, and we've bought properties on streets with the same names as in Monopoly. So that's always kind of interesting. But if you look around the Monopoly board, there's a lot of properties, and you have to, my goal in Monopoly is like to buy as much as I can. And that's what I want your goal to be in real estate investing, is to buy as much property as you can. Now, the cool thing about the way we do it, well, I don't want to get into the lesson yet. It's National Donut Day today. So don't eat a donut today. No, eat a donut. But there's two big things that are kind of big significant days of the day. And one is it's National American Football Day. So we all I don't know if you like football or not. I'm a big football lover. I love to play football. I love to be a quarterback. I love to be a receiver. And I used to play football in a couple of different leagues in that, and really, really enjoyed it. So football is one of my favorite things. So yay, American Football Day today. Monopoly Day, like I said. And this is a big one, guys. It's for my son Dashel. It's Love Your Red Hair Day. It's National Redhead Day. So if you know a redhead, kiss a redhead today. Tell a redhead, happy National Day. Happy National Love Your Redhead Day. Throw out a lot of love to Dash today, our redhead. It's funny because I don't look so much like this. I'm Irish, but I'm half Irish and half German. And my whole family, out of my 4 brothers and sisters, 3 of them had red hair. So I was sort of the black sheep in the family, black Irish, sometimes they call it. I actually used to really love playing Monopoly. Speaking of Monopoly, I used to really love playing Monopoly, and then I realized there was no real money in it. That's a good one, huh? Okay, got to get you smiling. And but I actually let's smile and do our deep breathing. When you smile, it helps you build your positiveness. You can't focus on negativity or wallow in negativity. I hope you watched our Wolf Bite Wednesday yesterday. We talked about that a little bit, staying positive. And so when you're smiling, it's just impossible to stay negative. So increasing positivity in your life, that's a big part of it. And so keep smiling. Or deep breathing real quick. Ready? Deep breath in. Hold a second and okay, relax your shoulders and your neck. Take another deep breath. Hold it a sec, and that should invigorate you. Up your body. Oxygen. Do deep breathing. It's National Bonfire Night and hot. So, and dinner. So if you're a man, we played when I was a kid. And what is the theory of real estate and pretty houses? To get your company's name on as many properties as possible. Now, the cool thing about this isn't possible in Monopoly because you're buying from the bank. Now, if you're buying, now you can do that in real estate. You can buy properties from the bank. Now in Monopoly, somebody's the banker in the beginning and they own all the properties. So there must have been a massive foreclosure. I don't know how the bank owns all these properties, but that's how it is. So the bank owns all the properties. You buy the properties from the bank, and then all the players basically accumulate the properties. Now, where is the wealth? If you look around the table, is it the person who has stacks of, $500 and $100 bills, but no properties? Or is it the person who has a whole bunch of properties, maybe they don't have a ton of money? Now, that's a good example. That's a very good example for landlords. Landlords oftentimes complain that they're equity rich, but cash poor. And that happens in Monopoly. When I strategy in Monopoly is buy everything I can get and hope my money holds out while people start landing on my properties. I want you to have that same approach to real estate. Buy everything you can get a hold of. But the difference is you're not going to run out of money, because in the pretty house world, you're using OPM, essentially you're using the seller of the property's money. You're using the bank loans, the bank's money who has a loan on that property. A lot of times when you take over a subject to deal, you're basically just taking over the mortgage payments. You're not giving the seller a penny, and you're just taking the property. If he lands on your property in Monopoly and they can't pay you, this has happened in games in our house. They'll give you a property or make some other deal. One reason I love Monopoly is it's a deal-making fest. It's a deal fest, and so are pretty houses. In fact, when we get on next week, we're going to be on the Quick Start with Ron LeGrand and Global Publishing's Quick Start Real Estate School. And at that, we are going to do tons of seller calls. Every one of those seller calls, we're asking to use their money or the bank's money that's underlying their money, underlying the property, to take over the property and just start making monthly payments. So if you can do that, the problem is you can't do it in Monopoly. So you have a limited amount of funds that you're distributed in the beginning. You can only buy so many properties with that money. You're not going to be able to buy enough properties with that money to have a cash flow. See, that's what you're looking to accomplish in life, is to have enough properties where you don't have to work, where the property income gets you to at least a subsistence level. Hopefully that's a very high subsistence level. So that's the cool thing, though the biggest difference between Monopoly and the pretty house business, there's so many similarities. Accumulating as many properties until you reach the point where you're at a break-even point, where in your real estate investing business. And so long as I don't know, I will say that we've bought houses and we've done some things with banks and credit and stuff where we've just never signed anything. If you can help it, never sign anything, never guarantee debt. Ron's two big things that Ron LeGrand, who always made me feel good about doing the pretty house business, is don't write big checks, so you're not using your own money, and don't guarantee debt, so you're not using your credit. And so if you don't do that, I mean, if you can acquire property without using money, that's the way to gain wealth. And basically, how do you do it? You have to be a good talker. You don't necessarily have to be a good talker, but you gotta know what to say, and you gotta know just what to say. You don't have to be the greatest talker in life and be able to engage a crowd and talk to people and be, the couple of scripts, and then you have to be able to say those on the phone and out at the house to sellers. So you can't talk your way into properties of Monopoly. You have to have actual real Monopoly money, not real money. So we used to play this a lot when we were kids. I kind of ruined this joke obviously because of our theme, but I did have another joke that you can tell your friends. Say, I used to get, back when I was young, it is. Back when I was young, I got in a huge fight with my brother, and he actually went to jail. My family is very serious about Monopoly. Okay, so I ruined that joke because you already knew it was going to be about Monopoly. All right, so guys, you got your assignment for today is play Monopoly. No, it's to tell any redhead in your life and send Dashiell. That would be a really
send Dashiell, our DASHEL, at thewolffcouple.com, or just send it to the Wolff Couple. It just support at thewolffcouple.com, and Dashiell will get it. Support at thewolffcouple.com. If you've talked to Dashiell and interacted with Dashiell, which a lot of you have, give him a shout out today. Tell him, love your red hair day. Shout out. Okay, so guys, that's I want you to really do today is read some of if you have our book, that's a really good book that gives you an overall look at the pretty house business. But if you have our book, The Flip Side of Flipping, look at that a little bit today. But think about real estate and think about the pretty house business, and think about, I don't talk about this enough, but a lot of people get deals through social circles. So make sure that the people who know you know that you on the side, or you buy and sell real estate. That's what you do. So this was a nice brunch with Brian, guys. And so stay calm. Everything's still going crazy in the country. Unbelievable that we don't know what's going on still. So just keep positive, and we're back with Thursdays live today. That's at 4 p.m. Pacific time, p.m. Eastern time. So join us for that. We always have some great training for that, usually out in the field at a property. And I think I already know the house that we're going to today. So we will see you in about 7 hours and 17 minutes. So we'll see you then. And until then, guys, keep expecting success, getting the best training, and taking action.